Hey everyone, thanks for stopping by. In today's video, we are going to be going over some of the features of the Jetboil Minimo, why you should buy it, and why you shouldn't. So before we jump into this, if you're new here, this is a fishing channel, predominantly kayak fishing, but it's just centered around fishing and exploring mainly the state of Georgia, mainly via kayak fishing. But I am about to start doing a little bit more backpacking, getting back into some camping, and with that I want to do some videos where I'm backpacking in more remote locations to maybe fish smaller streams or just bodies of water that are a little bit more difficult to access that. Now, just as much as gear is a huge thing in fishing and everyone obsesses over tackle and terminal and kayaks and all the attachments, camping and backpacking is very much the same thing. There are a lot of ways to go about taking care of your needs when you're out on the trail. One of the major things is obviously how are you going to cook your food, how are you going to nourish yourself. And the Jetboil Minimo is a cook system that's a little over the top for some people, and at the same time it's maybe just what you're looking for. So let's start top to bottom and talk about some of the features, right? So first of all, if you look at this lid that is on the Minimo, you have basically a hole that you can sip out of or drink out of, and you also have a strainer. Now that's going to come in handy obviously if you need to strain things, or if you want to use this more like a mug to drink you know, coffee or hot chocolate, or if you want to drink the broth out of your soup. And another thing that makes it really easy to do that is you have this handle. It's coated in like a a plastic that's going to insulate it a little bit from getting heat off of the fire that's below it and everything. But it's a real kind of steady handle, really easy to use, really easy to grip. Some of the other Jetboils and then some of the other stoves that are out there on the market, they just maybe have a strap to help cut weight, and you know, you kind of have to slide your hand in it or kind of like firm it up to be able to pour with it. But with that handle, you're going to be able to pour very easily, strain very easily, and keep a good grip on your stove or your pot or whatever you want to call that part of your cook system. Now, if you can see and notice in there, inside the lid, you actually have a stand that's going to hold the fuel for your cook system and also keep it upright. It pops right there into the lid. You flip out these arms, and this stand right here is going to work with both sizes that Jetboil offers for their jet power fuel, and this is the larger size, and you can see that it just kind of clicks right there into the outside ring of that. And then it's also going to fit the smaller fuel canister that they sell, which is, you know, probably what more people are going to be using if you're backpacking to maybe save a little bit of weight, which we're going to talk about a little bit more here towards the end of this video on your weight saving. But yeah, it just holds it right there. You put your heating element, screw it in on top, and then the actual, you know, pot is going to click into place as well. So everything is connected. So nothing's just going to happen to fall off, although it does mean obviously if it falls over, the whole system's going over. Inside of our Minimo, when we take the lid off, you have your actual burner, the actual stove system of the Minimo. Super simple and easy to use. It screws right into your fuel system. You can, has what's called a simmer control, so you're able to kind of, you know, change the amount, how you know, hot it's burning. You can restrict the fuel flow a little bit if you want to kind of simmer it. I believe they actually call it a simmer control. And then you have your ignition button, so you're not having to mess around with a lighter or anything like that. You just screw it on, get the fuel flowing, press the button, and then boom, your flame's there and you're heating your food. Now, the actual pot itself, after we take off this little bottom section, which we'll talk about here in just a second, it has what they call the flux ring. Basically all it is it's you know, it's just metal baffles that are designed to trap the heat, so it's going to heat more efficiently. You're not going to be losing all of your heat dissipating out the sides of it. It's going to trap it in those baffles, transfer it up into whatever you're heating, and it's going to boil faster because of that. If you're boiling water, it's going to heat faster, and you're not going to use as much fuel. They'll conserve your fuel, so you're not using as much to cook whatever it is that you're cooking. Bottom part that was covering it, it of course covers and protects that flux ring and just the bottom of your pot and keeps everything nice and solid. It also has measuring units on the side, so if you need a certain amount of water for like a freeze-dried meal, or you just need to measure out some sort of liquid, you're able to do that just by pouring it straight in here. And you know exactly what you're dealing with. You know that you're putting the correct amount into whatever it is. With the Minimo, Jetboil includes this ring that you can use to put whatever you want on top. All you do is you turn these little stands in, and then now, the way it's set up, if you want to put a skillet on there, you can. If you want to put a pot that's not a Jetboil pot, as long as it's wide enough to rest on those little arms, you can use that. And that is exactly why you might consider buying the Minimo, right? So if you, you know, are going to cook a breakfast, you want to cook some bacon, some eggs, some sausage, whatever it may be, just get you a skillet and switch out this ring onto your heating element and use the skillet to heat your food or to cook your food. The Minimo is probably, to me, the reason that I bought it. It's the most versatile of the Jetboils, especially when you talk about the shape of your pot. All the other ones are kind of more cup shaped. So this one, the way it's shorter and a little bit wider, it's going to be easier to eat directly out of with a spoon. You don't need like a super long spoon to get to the bottom of it. If you need to kind of drop something in there, move something around, or reach down into it, you're able to do that a lot easier than you are with something that's taller and narrower. You get the added benefit of having this ring, so if I want to go on maybe more of a camping style trip rather than a backpacking trip where I'm less concerned about weight, you know, you bring a skillet, you bring the stuff that you're planning on cooking, you can do it right there on the Minimo. It'd probably be great for truck camping, where again, weight's not really a concern. But just in general, the Minimo is a very versatile cook system. The downsides to it are probably why you wouldn't buy it, and it's all going to come down to what are you using this thing for. You know, what's your main goal, your main purpose. As far as cook systems go, a lot of people are just using them to heat water to pour into a freeze-dried meal. If these are what you're eating out on the trail or camping or in your truck or whatever the case may be, there's plenty of cook systems that are cheaper and way less that are able to heat water. And there's no need to spend the kind of money on a Minimo or to have all the extra gadgets to carry the extra weight if all you're doing is heating water that you're going to pour into a freeze-dried bag. So if that's you, if you're kind of in the ultralight crowd, or if you're just in general, you're just, hey, I'm just going to eat these freeze-dried meals, Minimo's probably not for you. On the other hand, if you really enjoy the trail cooking and coming up with the meals and you really want to enjoy your food while you're out there, the Minimo is going to give you a little bit more options as far as preparing your food and cooking your food. Now, it's not the lightest system, and it's also a little bit bulkier. You may consider some of the other Jetboil products or MSR products that are a little more compact if you're concerned about weight or you're concerned about room in your pack. I don't fall into that crowd. If I was super worried about weight, I also probably would not be lugging around a camera that weighs 2 pounds and some of the other stuff. But I do want to be able to have some opportunity to maybe cook a little bit more than just boiling some water and pouring it into a freeze-dried bag. That's why I chose the Minimo. But let me know what you think. Do you think that having the extra features and the ability to, you know, maybe step outside of the freeze-dried, pre-prepared stuff is worth it? Do you think it takes up too much space in your pack? Do you have another cook system that you think is just a lot better for the money? Let me know in the comments below. But this has been Caleb. The channel's called Certified Dinks. I know this video didn't have anything to do with fishing, but if you're into that kind of thing, just the outdoors, fishing, kayaking, anything like that, feel free to subscribe, and we're going to be going all over the state of Georgia to check out some of the fisheries. I truly believe, as far as bass fishing, it's probably the best state there is to fish. Anyways, like I said, this is Caleb with Certified Dinks. We'll catch you on the next one.